I feel so very honored to give this award tonight to Simmons.
Thank you. As I was getting on the plane, yes, I live in Los Angeles. I'm a reluctant Los Angelino. My wife said, did you remember to pack your speech? And I said, well, I didn't write a speech, I was just going to wait. And she said, I don't think that's a good idea. And I'd like to take this moment to acknowledge her and how correct indeed that was. And also to apologize for not having heeded her advice. I'd like to also thank everybody here at Cal for serving the entree during my introduction and my lame impromptu remarks. I love New York. I was doing the math earlier today. I'm going to be here in New York for my, this is a guaranteed applause getter. I'm going to be here in New York this week for my 60th birthday. And celebrating with my wife and kids, and I realized that I spent a third of my life living in New York. I was here for 20 years. And every time I come back here, it feels like coming home. And, just the bottom every time I'm going to and to be receiving this honor from the New York Film Critics Circle is exactly that. It really is an honor. This is the apex, the center of the universe of creativity as far as I'm concerned, whether it's Broadway or film, theater, not just Broadway, any theater or film. And this is where my career really started, with several years of auditioning in New York and going to regional theaters everywhere except New York to work. And then doing several years on Broadway, and then doing my camera career there with Oz and Law and Order. And no matter how long I stay in LA, I guarantee you I will always be a New Yorker. I also need to talk at least a little bit about Whiplash, which is a remarkable piece of work by a child of a filmmaker, Damien Chazelle, Miles Teller and every other actor who was associated with this will agree with me when I say our job was so completely clear from the day we first were handed this script, from the day we first were incredibly fortunate to be handed this script. This character was absolutely all there on the page, and I felt 100% certain that all I had to do was try to lift it off to the best of my ability and not get in the way of what Damien had written. And unfortunately, it turned out that Damien, who looks like he's 11 years old, was also capable of directing his word and script, as this was viewers, in which I can assume that the vast majority of you have actually seen the movie. Critics, here's the thing, actors and critics, it's an interesting relationship, isn't it? I got a review very, very early, before I moved to New York. Actually, I was in Seattle, and I was doing some theater there, and I was doing a non-equity theater production of Once Upon a Mattress, playing the mute king, sextonist, the role created by Jack Guilford, which was ironic because I went to music school and studied singing. And I got a review from Wayne Johnson in the Seattle Times. I'm shocked that I actually remember the name. And it's still one of the my favorite things that I've ever read about myself, because it wasn't really about myself. It said, as King Sexton, J. Kimball Simmons, as I was pretentiously known at the time, creates a good share of joy. And that was it. And I think that is what we all strive to do, and sometimes it's not quite so obvious that joy is the emotion that we're after, but there can be joy in a variety of emotions that are provoked by the films that we're all here celebrating tonight, whether it's exuberant joy or painful joy or melancholy joy. And I appreciate so much the intelligence and the passion of the New York critics, and even though there may be negative reviews and things that might even be perceived as personally unkind from time to time, that I think we're all on the same path, on the same page, on the same endeavor to find greatness and great art and create joy. And that indeed is sort of the central theme of our film. And now I'm definitely blathering on and really wishing that I had heeded my wife's advice. So I apologize to her once again.